Some centuries ago, several centuries actually ago, a master was about to leave. All right, he had this group of followers, the ones that were closer to him. He had so many followers, so many people who knew him, who loved him, who cherished him, and all of that. And of course, those who hated him. Yeah. But he had this group of people that were close to him, who you can call his disciples. So one of the nights, he organized a dinner, and they all came together. So as they came, they all sat down, and he, the master, began to serve them food to eat. Now, some of them are older than him, all right? You had those who were older than him, you had some who were younger than him, but he was the one serving them. He was the one giving them something to eat, and they're all relaxed, and with their plates and all of that, their cutleries, and they were enjoying themselves. So after he had served them, he sat down and he began to eat his. As they ate, he observed that some of them were, whispering, talking among themselves, asking themselves questions, not saying the thing out loud so that he would hear them. They were just saying it. Italians will say parlare sotto i baffi. Literally, it means like you are speaking under the mustache. That is, you are whispering. You're talking calmly, quietly to your neighbor, to people soliloquizing almost. So, as he observed that, he just kept eating. Now, at some point, some of them mustered courage and decided to pop the question and raise this thing that has been troubling them, because they have discussed it in their corners when he was not around and all of that. And they knew that this is an important question. Now, the master had told them that he was going to leave them, all right, some centuries ago. So it's not as if that he will be in a different country and then continue to coach them and monitor them with his phones, with the computer, with the mails and all the kinds of things, to see how they are doing. He was going to leave, and they knew that. So there was something that was troubling them. So they mustered courage, and at the end of the meal, they said, "Master, who is the greatest amongst us?" The master smiled. He asked again, "Who is the greatest among us, not outside, among all of us that are here? Who is the greatest?" Now, what they were trying to ask is, who is the leader of this group? When you leave, who is going to be the new master? Who is going to be the new leader? Who is going to be the new director, the new teacher, the new instructor? Who is that person? So instead of asking that directly and saying, who is the next leader, the next director, the next instructor or teacher, they asked, who is the greatest among us? Who do you consider is the greatest among us? Mind you, these people were coming from different professions. Some of them were fishermen, some of them were into carpentry, some of them were doctors, physicians, some of them were tax collectors, some of them were different things, writers and all kinds of professions. So if you want to be the greatest in your profession, that has nothing to do with, being the greatest over everybody, right? You can be the greatest physician, the greatest fisherman, the greatest carpenter, the greatest tax collector. I don't know. You can be that. But their question was masking something else. They wanted to just know who is the greatest, who is the leader, right, of this team. Once that this master leaves now, who is going to take over and be the director of the team? So the master just smiled and said, firstly, your concept, your understanding of the word greatest is wrong, because you are looking at greatness, or greatest rather, from the perspective of the people that you've seen around. All right, our group is different. The people you see around as kings, as chiefs, as directors, teachers, instructors, and all kinds of things, they exercise some kind of authority, some kind of tyranny that are quite authoritarian in that way. So I think that your concept of greatest is skewed, is wrong. There is need to change that. Now, if I change that and give you the kind of understanding that you should have of who the greatest is, now I can tell you the person who is the greatest, all right, or at least paint a picture that will help you to understand who the greatest is. So they were listening. He told them that when we came to this place to eat, all of you sat down, and I was the one serving you. I'm not the youngest, and I'm also the eldest. Okay. I'm also the person that you all refer to as the master, as the teacher, as the leader. So, if we were to say greatest in your concepts, like in your understanding who the greatest is, we would say that you are the ones that are greatest because I'm serving you, right? I'm the one who is the servant, giving you the meals to eat and giving you water to wash your hands and wash your feet and even wash your feet myself at some point. So you are the greatest, I am this one. But that's not it. It's actually the reverse. That's the person who is the greatest in this forum is the younger. That was the answer. The person who is the greatest is the younger. Now, at this point, you would imagine people who had been discussing among themselves on who should take over, and some of them were in their late 30s and getting to 40s, somewhere in their 20s, somewhere in their 30s, and all of that. So the people who were in their late 30s and 40s looked at themselves and like, the youngest, the person who is youngest, so it means I'm not the greatest. Those in their 30s, it means I'm not the greatest because you had people who were in their 20s, and those in their 20s began to ask among themselves, okay, I'm 20, you are 21, so I'm the youngest, right? No, but I'm not really 21. I am 20 and 2 months. And no, I'm not. I'm 20 and 1 month. You began to have those kind of discussions and debates. At this point, the master told them, hey, calm down. I didn't say the youngest is the greatest. I said that he that is going to be, he that will be the greatest will be the younger. All right? Not youngest, the younger. They looked at him and like, it's still the same thing. I'm in my 30s. I cannot be younger than someone who is in his 20s. It's obvious. I cannot be younger. They were more confused. He told them, okay. What I mean is that the person that will become the greatest, all right, and will remain the greatest, that person, whoever he finds in front of him at any time, all right, in this forum, outside this forum, because I know that you people are going to expand, you are going to have other disciples join this forum. So there will be expansion in various cities, in various places. The person that is going to be the greatest, at any point he finds someone in front of him, he should always be the younger. At any point he sees other people, he should always be the younger, just like today when we all came to eat. And some of you are older than me, some are younger than me, but I was the younger before all of you. So that was the answer. And so they began to understand a little bit where he was going to. That he wasn't really talking about age. He wasn't talking about gray hairs. He wasn't even talking about, the people that are really muscular. He wasn't talking about physical developments. No. He was talking about something else that goes beyond just what, you see or your anagraphical, data. So, today, I just want to highlight, just briefly, the 3 things that make up the younger greatest leader, or the younger greatest. I know that doesn't sound so well, in terms of grammar, but yeah. The 3 things that make up the younger greatest, or the qualities of this younger leader? One of them, the master already explains to us in that place. He said, he that is younger, who will become the greatest eventually, has to be someone that serves others. And this is very important. As simple as this sounds, you will see that in many organizations, in many groups, whether they are few in number or they have so many people as part of the membership of the team, you will see that this is lacking. People feel that being a leader is having the commanding voice, shouting, that whenever you come, everywhere is quaking and everyone is trembling and all of that, or saying some kind of things that, makes people to jump up and shout. Yeah, they could excite a bit, but the real core of leadership is becoming the younger leader. And this is something that you can train yourself into. I've always believed that leaders are not just born. People acquire the skills, the qualities, the character of becoming leaders. All right? Yeah, there are people who have some personalities that are very close to certain qualities that make up leaders, but there are things that you have to refine. Okay, it is not just being able to give a great speech and wonder. Yeah, of course, you need to learn how to communicate and all of those things, but that's not it. So let's return to our point. The first component of a younger leader is the quality of servanthood. The quality of servanthood. I will return to these 3 points in other videos, but let me just highlight a few things. The person who wants to become a successful leader must learn to serve others. Becoming a leader is all about service. All right, leadership is all about service. Serving the people, whether you are serving ideas, serving visions, getting people to accomplish a task, and all of that, you are serving. Now, the person who serves is someone who is selfless. You are not thinking about yourself. Just like the story I told us, the master came there and served everybody. Everyone had sufficient to eat before he sat down to eat. So the servant leader always eats last. The younger leader always eats last. It's like in some cultures, where you go for a gathering and then the younger always serves the elder. All right, the elder sits down and the younger ones are the ones who carry the plates, the cutleries, the meal, and then they serve the elders while the elders are seated. So the person who is going to be the younger leader, a successful leader, has to be someone who takes care of others, who loves others, who genuinely cares about the welfare of the people in the team, of his colleagues, no matter how large or small the group is someone who genuinely desires the best for others, who is willing to sacrifice time, sacrifice other resources to make others feel well, because he is the younger. All right. He's not trying to lord it over them. He's not trying to sit down and allow them to clean his shoes and wash his feet. No. He is the one that puts himself there in that position of service. And so the younger leader is someone who serves others. And let me add this. The younger leader is someone that when there is a credit because of the tasks that I've accomplished in the team, when there is a credit to be assigned, he doesn't, ascribe all the credits to himself, all the honor and all the glory and whatever that comes as a result of that accomplishment to himself. No, he ascribes it to the team, all right, to everyone there. While if things go wrong, of course, he takes responsibility for the way that things have gone wrong. So the servant leader that I will return to in my next, not my next video probably, but in another video that I'm going to record, I'll return to that to explain that in detail. But that person has to be someone who serves others. That is what makes you a younger leader. That's what makes you the greatest. That's one component. The second component of the younger leader of the greatest is that he is someone that listens. He's someone that listens, right? And let me still come down to, our culture. In some cultures, you'll see that the younger person listens to the elder because he wants to learn. He's still young. He doesn't have so much experience. He has people who are his parents, her parents, people who are older in the profession and all kinds of things. And so he listens to them so that he will learn the ropes. He will know how to go. Now, beyond that, he listens so that he will learn from the opinions of others. Genuinely listening to understand. Not just listening to respond, but listening to understand what other people think about a particular thing. All right. That's one quality of a younger leader. Listening to understand, and listening to consider the opinions of others. It's not just, okay, I can hear you, and the person talks. After talking, all the things that have been said are trashed. No. He is someone that talks less and listens more. In fact, he asks more questions because he wants to, listen and get answers that will be beneficial to the team. And then the third component is like the second one, and that is the younger leader learns. Okay? Someone who wants to become the greatest, who wants to become the leader of a team, must be someone who learns. I say it's connected to the second one because when he is listening, he is learning. He is asking questions. He wants to improve himself. He understands that he doesn't know it all, and no human being knows it all. All right? We are, very good at what we do, specialized in various areas, experts in our fields, and all of that. So we don't have all the knowledge. We don't have all the information on a certain thing. And so there is need to listen to others and learn from them. He is not someone who is fixated on his opinions. All right? Fixated on his own ideas, on his own methods, on his own strategies of doing things. All right? Yes, he has vision. He has some ways that he thinks will be the best way to accomplish that vision. However, he relays those things to the team and then learns from them, listens to them, learns from them, analyzes the things, and then comes up with the best way to go about it. So, a younger leader must be someone who learns, who updates himself, who researches, who makes inquiries, who is curious. A young person is curious, right? He wants to know. And so a younger leader must be someone who is curious, who wants to learn, who wants to improve, right? So these are the three components of the greatest that our Master Savior, Jesus Christ, taught us in the book of Luke, chapter number 22. The story that I actually told is from Luke chapter 22, and you can read it all for yourself there, where he told them that the person who is going to be the greatest has to be the younger and has to be someone that serves. So the person who wants to become a leader, or if you're a leader already, you want to be successful in your leadership, you must be someone who serves others. It may not be carrying food about, and sharing things, but the way you speak, right? The way you relate with the people, the way you care about them, how you show them love, how you show that you are interested in their affairs, how you show that even beyond what they are doing, the project they are presently working on, whether at the place of work or in any organization, that you are interested in how their families are. You're interested in how, things that are extra work affairs are. Because if those aspects of their lives are bad, you cannot expect the same input, both in terms of quantity and in terms of quality at the place of work in that organization. Is going to be, affected in some way. So the person who is genuinely considerate, genuinely cares about the affairs of the people, and someone who listens. Someone who listens. This is very important. Someone who listens, and then someone who learns. All right? So these are the components of the greatest as taught by Jesus Christ in the book of Luke, chapter number 22. I think you learned something, one or two things. And yeah, please, as I end the video, please try to subscribe. Okay? I want to see people, subscribing to the channel. That helps me to know that the videos are helping you in some way, and so I will continue to record. Check out my blog and you will find something that inspires you, something that interests you there, because I have other categories, and then you can just go there and read something and be inspired. All right? God bless you, and see you on the next video. Yeah, I said bye already. I don't know what you're looking for. I've said bye. God be with you, and see you on the next video, all right?